My eyes burn! My throat burns! Oh no, I missed! No! Yes! No! God dang it! Hey everyone, and welcome back to Retro Raceway. We are once again playing Crash Time 3, going through the career mode. Let's see, the conference. Alright, let's go to the conference, whatever the hell that is. We're going to take the bend this time, even though it's not my preferred vehicle to drive. Why? Hold on, just before we continue. Okay. I was going to say, why does it look like the sky out of a...
Samir, Ben, the chief's got a new job for you.
What, now? We're about to finish up for the day.
You must know about the World Economic Summit taking place here next
Ew.
week.
Sure.
There's a delegation from South America arriving right now. They need an escort. The guys from Precinct 12 were actually supposed to be doing it tomorrow, but they're not on duty at the moment.
Sure thing. We're driving to the airport now.
I mean, we're not supposed to be on duty either, forehead, but... Okay, it has to take you back. Yeah, I was gonna say, why does the sky look like it came out of The Walking Dead? Like, this is total zombie infection sky.
Samir, I bet this won't be our last escort this week. Why?
Don't say
Is
it
there
like
something
that.
more to this? Are you kidding? There's top brass and CEOs from all over the world. Anti-demonstrations have been announced in our city. It's going to be a riot.
So what? It's hardly going to affect us. Conferences like that don't take place on the highway.
We'll see.
I don't know. You say that, but you might have some Stop Oil protesters who believe otherwise. You'll have your conference when we say you'll have your conference. Okay, we're at the airport. Nice little overpass there. Or rather, artistic structure. Really need this van to get out of my way. Good. So are we escorting or are we picking up? Those are two different things. Oh, they got away. Bruh. I'm not supposed to leave without me. I gotta take the corner so terribly. I think we're just gonna short shift. If that limo is that slow, then I need to... Yeah, it is that slow. I'm gonna have to lug the car a little bit. Not that much. Alright. 6th gear. Close. Too close. Really wish I had a 7th gear. What's funny is that this car IRL, the Ben 32, the AMG version anyway, does actually have a 7-speed gearbox. And... when Top Gear went to that racetrack in Spain, that private racetrack in Spain, where they were comparing the, I think it was the C63 AMG, the E92 M3 Coupe, and the Audi RS4 that James was driving. Both Hammond and Clarkson agreed that 7 speeds were too much. And now look at Ford's 10-speed transmission. Chrysler typically uses the ZF 8-speed. 8-speed. And even the Dart-based Chrysler 200 uses a 9-speed automatic. I mean, hell, the Ford Explorer uses a 10-speed automatic. It's interesting how times have moved on. Where something we thought was overkill is now entirely commonplace. And actually provides significant performance benefits, both in 0 to 60 and NPG. I forget where I saw this. I think it was a comment. But... oh, actually, I should probably... not have my siren on, but have the lights on. Yeah, I remember too close. This comment I just read the other day that I think it was the 5.7 Hemi Charger pre-facelift in 2014 could do no, I think it was the V6. Anyway, the Pentastar. No, I think it was the Hemi. Anyway, 0 to 60
I'm
about.
feeling homesick. Let's head back to the precinct.
You're a big cop already, you know?
Oh, that's for that.
But I want to.
That's where
All
the audio
right,
came
then.
from. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, that's it for today.
We actually wanted to get breakfast.
I know. Somehow we didn't have time for it.
I could eat a horse.
I wasn't expecting it to send us back home so fast. At least we'll get home a lot faster than we got there. But yeah, I think it was the 5.7 Hemi Charger. The 0 to 60 I'm not so sure of, but the MPG I am. The, well, 2013, I think, 2012, 2011, 2012, and then maybe early 2013s, when they still had the Mercedes 5-speed, could do about 27 MPG on the highway. And then Chrysler added the 8-speed, and it could do 31. 31 MPG, 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but the Charger from that era could do 0 to 60 in about 5.4 seconds. That's fast. For a 4,000 pound, well, over 4,000 pound vehicle, 370 horsepower, that's moving. That is a very respectable 0 to 60 time. Oh, we had a lot of time, but that's nice. Good, good. That mission went without a hitch. So, case unlocked. Left-wing extremists. Breakfast with Charlie and the Tuner Club. Then we also have Alligator Police, a country trip. It's funny, I like how it says left-wing extremists, and I had made that joke about, what is it, Just Stop Oil or whatever's happening in Europe. How did I know? How did I know? So we got tag 1 and then tag 2. I want to start with Tuner Club because I want to know. Let's see, I don't know what I want to drive. I definitely don't want to drive the Alligator. I think we're going to take the Zafira VXR.
Samir, Ben, you wanted to speak to me?
Yeah, Chief, we received some intel yesterday that 2 new guys have shown up in the tuna scene. They don't seem legit.
Samir, you're being a little vague.
Thank you.
Details?
These 2 guys carry weapons and don't behave like typical tuners. We ran the names, no records. The weapons aren't registered either. No speeding tickets, not even a warning for illegal parking. Their registered addresses have changed 4 times in the last 2 months.
Okay.
And you think that something needs to be done here?
Yeah?
Yeah, Chief, our source can be trusted.
That's because I don't know who your source is. And at the moment, I can't see anything except prosecution for illegal ownership of a weapon. What do you think,
That would be
Ben?
enough in Germany.
I agree with Semir. I don't doubt there's more going on than just illegal weapon ownership.
Let's just say your hunch is right. Have you got a plan yet?
We are going to join the Tuner Club and take a look around.
Our old friend Harold from Forensics pimped a couple of old patrol cars. He'd be happy to lend us the cars and show off his tuner skills a while.
If you think so. But I'd like you to give priority to other cases that fall within our jurisdiction.
Nah.
That goes without saying, Chief.
Nah. Here we go. I'm not sure how they're going to feel when 2 dude bros show up in a Vauxhall Zafira. Oh, wait, no, this is the Samir Sport. Yes! Love this car. Hell yeah. Now that is the sound I
You
want to
seem
hear.
to really trust Mike. Mike isn't as odd as you think. How long have you known him?
Mike was actually a police officer. Left the force a few years ago. Things were getting too bureaucratic for him, and when he was injured on duty, he never really got over it.
Mike was a cop?
He could have turned out the same way as us. He's just a good guy with bad luck.
Now I understand why you trust him. I always thought it was just about his tickets.
I don't have a problem with making his tickets disappear, as long as I don't get into trouble for it.
Sounds a little corrupt, but okay. This is so much better. It's the problem, man, I hate to say that because I love straight 6s, but the straight 6 that's undoubtedly in the non-sport version of this car, anemic sounding, absolutely clinical sounding. It needs a healthy exhaust and intake. That, on the other hand, that sport, way better.
We'd like to join your club, guys. Where do we sign up?
We're not running a mechanics workshop here. Our club's mainly a meeting point. We organise races for amateurs on official racetracks.
So we've been told.
Do you know anyone who's a member?
We got the tip from a friend of ours. He owns a diner where the guys often hang out.
All right, then fill out the membership forms and I'll tell the guys that are there now.
Tell them?
We have a tradition of holding welcoming races.
Nice
Initiation
tradition.
rituals.
Let's get to the starting line.
The only thing that I don't love about this car, the Samir Sport, is the fact that it is way too tail happy. That rear end is not planted enough. Get on the gas, it's sideways. Okay, fine, that makes sense. But then it's like a TBR. I don't know if any of you have seen the new Ben Cullen Drives videos with the TBR Sagaris and most recently the Tuscan. I just watched that actually after I got home from work. Part-time job. Brilliant video. He was constantly talking about how, just like the Sagaris, if you brake too hard, the rear wants to overtake the front. This car is exactly like that. Exactly like that. You brake way too hard, the rear is trying to overtake the front. You see, it kind of just wanted to do it. Part of that, I think, is, again, a consequence of how the brakes are coded in this game, which isn't fantastically. But then the other side of it is how this car, how the physics of this car are coded as well. It's meant to be very sporty, which is fantastic, but it's too light. I know that sounds weird, but what I mean is it doesn't have enough heft. It's like the car's hopped up on sugar. Honestly, it's like the car's fast-forwarded 2 times. It should be fast, but not quite this fast. And definitely not this hyperactive or responsive. It's a sports sedan, yes, but it still has a longer wheelbase. It's... Woo! I swear, it's like a Lotus Exige with a big V8. That's how hyperactive it feels. It needs to be toned down a little more. But yeah, that's really the one thing I don't like about this car. Oh, it's a 4-lap race, huh? That's fine. Easy. Nice big straight. Tap the brake a little there. But yeah, the rear wants to swap C. And that was on throttle. That wasn't under the brake, but still. It's very reminiscent of that TBR, where braking is a rather brave endeavor. Perhaps more so than merely getting on the gas, which is not really what you want in a car. Where slowing down is... Oh! See what I mean? Where slowing down is actually the braver action than speeding up. I'll shut up for a second so you guys can hear this glorious V8 uninterrupted. I have to say, this is pretty fun to drive. When you slow yourself down so the car doesn't get hella hyperactive, it's a very satisfying car to drive. I hope the AMG version of the Ben is in this game, because I'd love to compare the two. Woo! Nice. Just to see how the two compare, because I was saying that the standard cars, sort of paradoxically, the Ben felt stiffer, which you would think, considering the Samira is essentially a 3 Series BMW, you would think the BMW would feel like it'd be stiffer. It'd be the stiffer of the 2 German sedans, but it didn't feel that way to me. It actually felt a little bit softer, a little bit more compliant, better able to deal with bumps. something I would have expected to say about the Merc. So I'm very curious to see how the AMG version compares to this. This doesn't feel, it feels stiffer than the regular Samir for sure, but it still has a wonderful compliance about it that is honestly entirely necessary because of how hyperactive it is. It's got, it's just got a little bit of body roll, and that's normally a bad thing, but in this case I like it. Helps me to visually see how hard I'm pushing the car. It's just another way of indicating where the limit is for this vehicle. I have a feeling the Ben isn't really going to have that, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to tell when I'm at the limit of adhesion. I do have to say, I wish 4th wasn't so short. Just because to me it seems entirely unnecessary. And what's weird, I know it's a video game, but there's a lot of cars that I've noticed lately have a paradoxically short 4th gear for no reason that I can understand. My car, my IRL, my...
Hi, I'm Gregor. Everyone calls me Cracker. Welcome to the club. What do they call you?
I'm Sebastian, but everybody calls me Seb.
I'm Suleiman.
Tell us that
I
you?
remember it. Just call me Sammy.
Okay, Seven Sammy. That was a hell of a start with racing. You've done this often?
Yep. Well, we race each other from time to time.
I see. Well, tomorrow the club tournament begins. There's still enough time to get signed up and race official races.
We're in.
Now this I do remember. Those races, they take a little while. Tuner Club, Samir Sports. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I know those races tend to take a little while. They, oh, we got 3. Oh, wait, no, we don't yet. So we're probably going to have to do some patrols here before we continue. Yeah, I know those races tend to take a little while. But I think I'm actually going to call it here for today. It's a little late. I'm a bit tired. I want to get some sleep. We'll continue the conversation. If I remember, we'll continue the conversation later about... Or actually, I guess I'll finish it up. But yeah, I'm just a little curious. Let's see, where are the... Single race, sure. Whatever. See if we... Okay, we have that. Yeah, so there is the Ben Sports. Doesn't have as good acceleration, but actually handles a little better and has decently higher top speed. Yeah. I'm curious to see how that Ben drives. It says the handling's better, but what I'm really imagining is that it's going to be stiffer and a little bit harder to judge going into... Oh, wait, no. What I was talking about was 4th gear. Yeah. In my own car, Xavier, Project D-Dart, 4th, the gap from 3rd to 4th is weirdly short. It's not that big a gap at all. The Gen 5 Viper, same deal. 4th is short, and then that car, 4th is short. If there's an actual engineering reason for it, can someone explain it in the comments below? I'd love to know why, at least in 3 cars that I've driven, virtually or IRL, 4th is seemingly too short for its own good, which I don't get. But in any case, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Retro Raceway Crash Time 3. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, share, and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Please make sure you hit the little notification bell and then all notifications. That way you're notified every time I upload. I will see you all next time.